Hello everyone, this is Johnny from Ball Breakers Clan bringing you another video sponsored by Ultimate Golf and Miniclip.com. If you'd like to join and play along with us, you can look in the video description below and find a link to download the game. If you also enter in the friend code listed on the screen, you'll be able to join and play along with me. Also in the description below, you'll be able to find links to other streamers streaming Ultimate Golf content. And there's a lot of great stuff out there to help you learn and excel in this game. So today's video is going to discuss, should I send it? Basically, we want to look at how to know when you should just hit the ball as far as you can in order to give yourself a chance to get on the green or to get a short wedge shot for an easy eagle. Now, in a lot of other games, sending it is the main idea, but as discussed in the first video, laying up is often the best approach in this game, but there are instances of where you should send it. So how do you know when you should send it? Well, the first thing you need to know is, where is wedge range at and can I reach it? So if we pull our club back to the tee, we can see where our max wedge range is. This is our max wedge range. Now, we want to look at what 50% wedge range is. We'll discuss why in a little bit, but if we pull back to half of this distance, and I will draw a little line here so you can see that is 50% wedge. And if we take that up to the tee, you can see the end of that shadow is 50% wedge. Well, why do we want to be less than 50% wedge? Because the guide is a bit more accurate at that distance and because the shot is a little bit easier. So we will go ahead and send this shot. We will not end up in max wedge range. You can see it's a little too much distance to cover in this wind. But for the purpose of the video, we're going to go ahead and send it. Using max over power, a little bit of curl to hold the fairway, we send it down. And what this is going to do is it's going to leave us a little bit more of 75 to 100% wedge. And by the time it stops, you can see how far away we are from that 50% wedge range. Again, going back to why we need 50% wedge. The reason we need 50% wedge is because we can put the guide a little bit closer to the pin and we can more accurately judge the rollout of the shot itself than from max wedge. Now, is a max wedge droppable? Yes. But why would we risk missing a max wedge shot when we know we have a really good chance of dropping the long iron shot? You know, it's all about maximizing your chances for an extra drop. So you can see from the placement of the pin and where we have to try to set up that this is an awkward position for this shot. If we were up really close, it wouldn't be as hard. You know, if we were in that 50% wedge range, we'd be pointing more on the green and more at the pin, and we could use side spin a little more and we wouldn't have the glitchy guide. Some of these things all play into a longer wedge shot. Some holes make it easier, some don't. But let's watch how this one rolls in, because really we can't really see much from the guide on how it's going to come in. You know, we're going to adjust and hope. But if we had been within 50%, we'd have a lot better idea. And I'll show you that on the next hole that I shoot. Now at the end, I will show you a few videos of some longer max wedges that I shot and, you know, how they come in. It's a little more on, you know, pin position. Hitting great on this one didn't help. So on this next hole though, if you look, when we stretch out, we're pretty close to that. So we're going to pull back. You know, I look at the distance I need for my wedge and where half is, and I look at the distance from the pin and how far back I need, and it's just short of that bunker. With this wind angle and the ball, I believe that I can make that 50% wedge range just below that bunker. So I decide I'm going to send it instead of laying up to do the Bigfoot shot. Now, if this was headwind and I was using like a Pro D1, I would not have gone for it because I couldn't reach. And unfortunately, the replays in this system don't always show everything. I have top spin and curl on this shot in order to better visualize my guide. We hit the ultimate shot and we send it. And as you can watch from the rollout, we get all the way down and pretty close to the green, but definitely within that 50% range. And actually, when we zoom out here for the next shot, we are within 25% club. So how do I know I'm within 25% club? When you zoom all the way out and that circle goes around your picture, you know that you're within 25% club. Why is 25% important? Because with 25%, you can do what's called the no adjust, which is where you put max top on it or just short of max top, and you line the ball guide up about a cup short center of the cup, and you will make the drop the majority of the time. Now, you don't want to put it in the cup because then it's going to come in too hot. You want to be just short of the cup. So if you watch, you didn't see me adjust, and I'm going to hit the ultimate shot here, and we'll drop it for the eagle. So this is all about maximizing your opportunity to drop for an extra shot and knowing whether or not you can be within that wedge range in order to make an easy drop. These next couple videos you'll see are some examples of when I went for thinking I can get within 50% and it was relatively close. You can see that the shots were a little bit more difficult, but with a luck of having a straight wind, it made it a slightly easier shot. On this one, I'm right at about the 50% mark, and I've got a fairly straight wind, so I'm putting the max top on it, and I'm trying to line the guide up. You can't see where the guide actually is due to the replay, but I'm about a square short of the hole, and right now I'm just lining up a square short right side of the pin before I adjust. And when I adjust my rings, I'm hoping that that's going to put me center pin and that I hit the ultimate shot, because from this higher percentage, an ultimate shot not hitting it is going to be less likely to make the drop. And it comes in fairly nice, just right side of the pin for the eagle there. And the final shot is a little bit longer than that. Again, a nice straight wind. I'm looking at about 60% club, 65% club, and I'm going to make my adjustments and hope that I hit the ultimate shot for the drop. But had either of those shots been within the 25%, it's a no adjust, you're almost for sure going to make the drop. At this instance, it's a little more of a gamble because it's a lot further back. Had I had crosswind, it would have increased the difficulty of the wedge shot, and I would have had a better shot with the long iron at making the drop. Again, this video is to help you learn how to identify the distance you need in order to get within that 50% to increase your chance at an easier drop with the wedge, and when to know that you should probably lay up in order to take the shot with the Bigfoot. If you watch my Bigfoot video, you can learn a little bit better on how the Bigfoot approach plays and how to utilize it in order to increase your chances at a drop. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. If you have any other topics that you'd like me to discuss, leave a comment as well. Thank you for watching this video. If you like the content and you would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the notification bell for when I post more videos. If you feel like you would enjoy playing this game and you hadn't, please click the link in the description and download the game and enter in my friend name, and we can play against each other sometime. Thank you. Good luck.